Straw came out June 6th on Netflix and is streaming right now. It's currently #1, and it is a amazing movie. Even when I saw it, I said I'm going to keep an open heart and open mind, and I'm so glad that I did. Now, this video is going to be very long-winded because I do a little bit of a breakdown, but I still want you guys to have time to watch it, so it's some spoilers, but not all the way there. The first thing that I would like to say is that every time Tyler Perry makes a movie, the first thing that I say is that although that we have artistic differences in some of the media that he puts out, this was not the case with Straws. I feel like this is 1,000 out of 10. I always love how he shows up for his community. And that's like when I saw Sinbad, and if you don't know, Sinbad is a comedian from the 80s and the 90s. He's amazing. He's in a lot of movies that I love, including Jingle All the Way, House Guest, the list could go on forever, okay? But he had suffered a stroke about 5 years ago, and this is his first appearance. And I know that Tyler Perry, the kind heart that he has, paid for medical bills and also gave him a lot of money to bounce back. I just know it. We also had the beautiful Tiana Taylor. I love seeing her act. And there was a part in the movie where she was like, no, I want to give Taraji P. Henson a chance because I see her, right? Like, I see her in me, and I'm going to do a breakdown on that as well. We had Sher Shepard, who did a phenomenal job. Do you hear me? Amazing job. We also had Glenn Turnman. I remember him as the Colonel or something like that on A Different World. That's how I simply remember him, and he was in a plethora of movies throughout the 90s as well. An amazing actor. And last but never least, we have Rockmond Dunbar. We also have the incredible Rockmond Dunbar. He did a phenomenal job in this movie as well. He's been in a plethora of movies that I saw. A lot of them were like Lifetime and just throughout the years of the 90s as well. Soul Food, Raising Lizzie, like just an amazing actor. I was so glad to see him as well. And of course, Taraji P. Henson. Quick synopsis: Janiah Wilkinson is a single mom, and she's trying to make ends meet, and she has a sickly daughter. Now, the sickly daughter has like seizures and a autoimmune disease where she like falls, and I feel like she fell a lot because she had the seizure. This made me cry because it's going to be a lot of people's predicament in the incoming years if Medicaid kind of gets cut, but I don't want to dive into that right now. But I felt like watching her was watching a lot of, you know, middle class as well as people that live in the hood situation, you know what I mean? Janiah, played by Taraji P. Henson, just had a plethora of unfortunate events. You know what I'm saying? Nothing was going her way. And this is before the plot twist, you know? Her boss was nasty towards her. She didn't have a good job. She's trying to make ends meet. She's trying to feed her baby. Her baby's medication is very expensive. You know what I mean? It's just a tough predicament to be in general. And then she has oppression, right? Oppression from the outside of our community, racist and prejudice. Then she has oppression from inside of her community, the black boss, as well as the slum landlord, because they wasn't living well anyway, you know what I'm saying? And she was trying her best. A lot of things were against her, and I just thought it was so amazing how, even though I don't know how to put it in any other way, it was amazing that Tiana Taylor's character as well as Sher Shepard's character were still able to see her because they used to be her in some type of way. They just had better circumstances, but they understood that they could have been her because they've been in that similar circumstance prior to their occupations. Tiana Taylor was a cop, as well as Sher Shepard was the owner of a bank. They just had better circumstances than her, but they understood because they came from the same place that Taraji came from, which was Janiah. And I just thought that was just such a powerful message. You get what I'm saying? This really did hug out my heartstrings. I would give it 1,000 out of 10. Would recommend, and I think it's just relatable to anybody across the board, especially if they lived in poverty before. And with the social climate right now, where people are losing their jobs, you know what I'm saying? It definitely covers grief. It definitely covers mental illness, which is like a serious thing that I wish that I live in America took very serious, but they do not. And I just thought this was a hell of a movie. And although I gave some spoilers, there's still like a plethora of movie that you can see. And again, it's streaming on Netflix. It's called Straw. And Tyler Perry, you did your thing. It was 1,000,000 out of 10 would recommend.